All right, so here's the second part of the saga with the trailers. Of course, my name is Eric McGrew with Eric's Tree Service in Montrose, Colorado, also Elevated Office Podcast. This video is brought to you by my sponsors, Weaver Arborist, Gap Arbor Supply, and Just Send It Saws. So, yesterday I told you that I was going to take that 7,000 pound car hauler in, get it swapped out for a 10,000 pound, or a 14,000 pound, utility trailer. And what ended up happening is we found out very quickly that the 14,000 pound utility trailer weights out with chassis and everything to where you have a payload of 10,800 pounds. Unfortunately, this thing right here is 10,300 or 10,700 or 500. I don't remember exactly what. And so that wasn't going to work. So instead of being able to trade my trailer in on a new 14,000 pound trailer, I had to find a 16,000 pound trailer. There were only two in Western Colorado that I could find. So I ended up getting this guy here. This is a PJ trailer. It's from a different company. This is Affordable Trailers in Montrose. They also have a facility in Grand Junction. And so this is a tilt deck equipment trailer. It is 16,000 pounds, which gives me right around 12,000 pounds of payload, which means that I can haul the skid steer and a couple of buckets or whatever. The reason we opted out of the 14,000 pound is because even though you do have that excess weight, by the time you add on chains, binders, and if you have any mud or anything on the tracks, you could easily go over 500 pounds. No problem. And just let me tell you, State Patrol or DOT does not like you to go overweight. It's not only a significant fine, but it could be that you are locked down and can't move that trailer until you find another way to haul it. So to avoid all of that hassle, because I'm up here in the mountains and that's never easy, I was going to rent trailers, but I found that trailers are in scarce supply for rent, and therefore could not rely on anybody to get me a trailer that I could rent until I could find another one. So unexpectedly, I went out and bought this guy. Now, these are not cheap trailers. Tilt decks at 16,000 pounds. The adjustment in price is crazy. A 14,000 pound utility trailer was like $6,800 and something dollars. Tilt deck trailers that are utility, 16,000 pounds, you're looking at 10,000 minimal. So it's kind of how it goes. But if you want to make a living and you want to use the equipment, you've got to do it. Now, if you look at this thing, you can see the tread marks from the, let me see if I can get to where the sun will hit the tread marks. I have just a few inches on each side of the tread to get this thing on the trailer. That's how wide this skid steer is. This is an 83-inch wide trailer. And good thing is I have the space up front past the wheel wells to get it on there. We are up at my job site today, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to take the skid steer up there even though I don't have the grapple on it, and because they haven't got it for me yet. And I am going to get started pushing some trees around, and we're going to get this place cleared up. I've also got to fill in some holes, and we've got to do some rough grading for this guy after the job of fire mitigating and clearing is done. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so this is where we're working today. This is the property where we're doing some clearing, and this is where we're going to start using the skid for the first time on an actual job. We got to get some of these stumps out after we're done with everything, but yeah, so here we are. And there's Bradley running around using the stump grinder to get some stuff done. He's piling in chips right here, and then we're gonna use the skid steer to load all the chips into the trailers as we need them. So I put this is a Vermeer SC30TX, and we put forks on it, and it really helps to get stuff fed through this stump grinder. This chipper. So that's what's going on. I got to move all these trees down here, up here on the slope, so he can get to them and make them work. And we're going at it from there. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, guys, so today didn't quite go as we had planned. We're not sure yet, but we think possibly the track tensioner, the idler for the front of the track on the Bobcat did not have enough grease in it to hold it, and I got a little high center on that stump right there, and it pulled the track off really easy. So we wasted half the day waiting to get the tools up here, and then Kurt has some experience with this, which is a gentleman that works with me, and he's a contractor of mine, good guy. He knew how to do it. He's owned these before, so yeah, it's we just got it kind of back, but we got to put more grease in it. So we didn't get as much done today as I would hope. And because we had to haul a couple of loads up here, Kurt also had to bring up the PT, so we didn't have that. And so I still haven't finished clearing this, which was the goal for today. Just the brush, everything's cut down, and then we're gonna get the stumps out with the T770. So that's where we're at the moment. So this was just a delay. They said it was supposed to be sunny and 35% chance of precipitation, and yeah, that's not sun over there. That is solidified rain coming our way. So that's not super great, but we'll get it taken care of. So tomorrow we'll be back up here. Hopefully it won't be under a foot of snow, but it might be. And if it is, that's where this guy's going to come into play. So we've got to get some stuff taken care of. And of course, on top of all of that, the stump grinder that I was using to push some brush around, the hydraulic hose on the head ram that picks the head up and puts it down has vibrated, because the way it sits right there, as you can see, it vibrated under that coupler long enough that now it is shooting a stream of hydraulic fluid out, which is not ideal. So that's what we're dealing with now, and that's where we'll be starting off from tomorrow.